Near the towards the end of this video, I'll be like the second half of the video, I'll be telling you guys about how candlestick works. Very basic stuff that if you're trying to get into stock as a beginner, or if you're already trading but you don't know too much about it, I think you should stay tuned and understand that. Just watch it. Pretty much, I'll explain to you how a candlestick works completely. All right. Before that, happy Halloween! Yay! October 31st. It's gonna be a full moon out there tonight. I heard 2020. It's pretty crazy, dude. We know what they call once in a blue moon. Blue moon is actually not that rare. It happens like once every 2-3 years. I guess that's kind of rare. Whatever. All right. Happy Halloween. If you're trick or treating, be careful or don't. Okay. Let's get straight into it. Candlestick charts. Before I get into it, you guys are probably asking, am I going to show you guys some crazy patterns? I am not going to show you guys any patterns. Matter of fact, I've been trading a year and a half, profitable by the way. I am. I'm not going to show you guys how much money I make because my friends are going to watch this video. A little privacy is never bad, you know. But just take my words for it. If you don't believe me, just X out the video. But if you do trust me, hear me out. I don't really trade using pattern. I guess I do trade a lot of the similar setups, but there's no a specific pattern I trade, right? Maybe patterns that YouTubers or gurus they give out, sure, sometimes they may work, but trust me, they're not the only one, and you're not the only one that watches those videos. And matter of fact, trust me, a lot of people that watch those videos are trading using their patterns are probably not making money at all. They probably are losing money. Candlesticks are, let's talk about patterns real quick. Also, in the like I said earlier, institutions and market makers, the market knows what kind of pattern you're looking for. A lot of time they like to get you in and then get you out, make you lose money, kick you out with if you have a stop loss. If you don't, some people don't actually, they just lose all their money. Okay, let's get straight into it. I want to talk about candlestick charts, why they're important, and why it's more important to understand what they are before knowing what they do, because or it's important to know what they are before you even get to like start using them, right? Because think about it, in a anybody ever taken an art class, I'm going to assume that you guys have, okay? In an art class, when you're drawing like still wells or any other stuff, right, you're going to get to a process where you're learning how to shade your canvas, how to shade your drawing. If you just want to pass a class, you just copy your peers, like people in the front of you, behind you, copy what they do, look at where they shade, literally copy and paste. To get an A or B to pass the class, that's what I did. I'm sorry. Sorry, professors. But you can do that and get away, A and B, because I'm not planning on becoming an artist, right? So I just did that. But if you do want to become a trader to make money, you have to become a trader that knows what you're doing. For example, like an artist that knows what he or she is drawing. Why? Because the market will grant you any wish that you wish for. That's what market does. Most people want to get rich and get out, make a big sum of money, cash, and get the hell out. You know who also want to do that? People in the casino. And guess what? In the end, at the end of the day, they may get out with money today. In the long run, they will always get out losing. Why? Because they don't know when to stop. When they're winning, they're always gambling. When they're losing, they're still gambling to make back the money, right? The only way for them to stop is when they lose all of their money. And the market knows that, right? Essentially, that's their wish. They want to get out, make a big sum of cash and get out. Market will not going to give you the big sum of cash, but they'll make sure you get out without any money, right? That's the only way to make it stop. This is why if you're trading, it's the same thing as drawing. If you want to become an artist, you better know why you're putting your shades here, where the light is coming from, and why does it look the way it is. Same thing with trading, right? You want to know why candlestick form the way they do form. I'm not gonna really talk about charts today. I'm just gonna talk about candlestick itself and the history of where it came from. My enter key obviously don't work. Okay, the origin. Okay, let's start with this guy, with this gentleman named Munehisa Honma from the Tokugawa shogunate in the early 18th century. He came from a pretty wealthy family. They were also trading rice in Japan, right? Munehisa Honma was trading in the Dojima rice market in Osaka. And why rice market? It was one of the why rice? Why this commodity? At the time, rice is so valuable because think about it. In the samurais in Japan, samurais they were a really high class in Japan, right? Discipline, all that stuff. They get paid from the government, right? Bakufu. You know what they get paid in? Not money, but rice. That's what they get paid in, rice. This is why if you can dominate the rice market, you make a fortune, right? Munehisa Honma also took rice trading to the next level because he was able to create this thing to predict the future of the price of rice in Japan, in the rice market. He was able to dominate it by doing that. And he created candlesticks, right? Gary Wagner, a really famous financial trader, he said that candlestick charts are a mathematical formula which illustrates the psychological market sentiments, which means that a candlestick chart is a combination of human psychological emotions. Turn that into number. This way, we can visually see it on a graph, and that's what candlesticks are. By visually seeing it, we're able to cancel a lot of not voices, like noises, because we're looking at it from our eye to our brain. Like there's one connection. There's no numbers, just human psychological that we're looking at, and we're using that to trade. And that's basically what it is. He was able to use that to predict the future. In the 1980s, the U.S. was trading, with line graphs like that. Basically, the end of the day, let's say this Dow Jones was at, let's say, 7,000, and then tomorrow it's at 8,000 and move up 1,000 point. Then you would simply connect 7,000 and 8,000 and then make a line. That's what line graphs are. In the 1980s, the Japanese actually had an edge trading the foreign market. And the Americans were quite confused on why that's happening. They started deep into, what they're using, what's going on. And the Japanese were using what Munehisa Honma created, the candlestick charts. That was it. This is why we're all using it today, The reason why the Japanese had an edge using the candlestick chart simply just means, or it's a way to say that it works in making money. There's only two types of traders in the world: those that makes money and those that doesn't. And it made money. That's why they're using it, and this is why they brought it to the West. And now everybody's using it, right? But majority of the people still don't understand what they are. They just simply find a pattern on the YouTube, copy it. They still even know what candlesticks do, what kind of story they're trying to tell, right? This is what a candlestick chart looks like. Candlestick charts usually, when a candlestick chart happens, it tells a story, right? It shows an open of a current session to a close of a current session. Which means that, let's say when a candlestick shows, there's two forces fighting each other, right? There's a bull and there's a bear, right? Buyers and the sellers, they're fighting each other, right? Candlestick is able to show you how the battlefield went, how it goes, and where it started and where it closed. That's what a candlestick does. Whereas a line graph only tells you the end result of this battle to the end result of the next battle and connects it. By the way, US candlestick, why do I put US candlesticks here? All candlesticks in the world should look the same, right? Yes, but the thing is, in the US, bullish candle is green, bearish candle is red. Opposite in China, actually, and different colors in Japan. You see? This is why I want you to understand, in America, bullish is green and bearish is red. Bullish means buyers are in control. Bearish means sellers are in control. Now this is how we look at it. Really, really simple. Okay, it might look confusing at first when you look at a big chart, like this. But then once you get like deep down into it, once you understand this part, you should understand everything. Bullish candle, right? bullish candle always open at the bottom of the actual bar, of the physical bar, right? Let's say it's at 80 cents right here. It opened at 80 cents, which means at the beginning of the session it was at 80 cents. Now it closed at $1 right here. And what does the doji bar right here, the bottoming tail and topping tail, what do they mean? This means that this session opened at 80 cents. It went as low as 60 cents, as high as $1.20, but then in the end we closed at $1. Now we don't know which one happened first unless you're looking at it, you're staring at this candle chart. But really the end result is really all that matters, that you know that it went as high as $1.20, as low as 60 cents. In the end we closed at a dollar, which means that we went as low as 60 cents. There were buyers to push this up. And when we hit $1.20, there were sellers to sell this all the way down to $1. So we closed at $1. Same thing with the bearish candle, but the opposite. Bearish candle always open at the top of this bar. We either when we went I don't know, we don't know which one happens first, but we do know that it went to as high as $1.20, as low as 60 cents. In the end we closed at 80 cents. And that is how candlestick works. All right. And that's it for this lecture. I don't want to make it too long, If you guys have any questions I'll probably talk about candlestick charts more specifically in the future. But I think this is pretty much, like, when I first started trading, this was all the information that I knew. And I just basically thought, I came up with a lot of stories. I'm a big fan of like military war stuff, right? So I kind of combined it together and created my own setup on when to attack, when to defend, stuff like that. I'll talk about that next time, but this is it for today. Happy Halloween. Be careful out there. Also be careful trading in the market because like I said, Halloween 31st, this is the second scariest day of this week. Election is the most scariest one. If you really want to participate in the market, you want to get involved, really risk really small. I don't recommend anybody trading right now. I'm holding 2 positions right now, right? And my clients account are not really, I'm not really trading too much on them, but both are just holding 1 positions right now at the time. Good luck trading, and have a happy Halloween, Bye.